Everyone has their favorite movie genres: action, romantic comedies, horror, you name it. But one genre that rarely gets the spotlight is the stories of actors who push themselves to the absolute limit for their roles. These behind-the-scenes tales show just how far cinema can go as a craft. And honestly, they're some of the most fascinating stories out there. Think about Tobey Maguire's iconic Spider-Man scene where he catches lunch on his tray. It took countless retakes to make that moment picture perfect.
Great reflexes.
Or Heath Ledger's intense preparation for his unforgettable role as the Joker.
It's gone.
Those stories capture true dedication and madness behind the camera. Today, we're diving straight into 5 incredible stories of actors who went above and beyond for their characters. So without wasting time on an intro, let's get right into the wildest journeys actors have taken for their craft. At number 5, we have Leonardo DiCaprio in what might be one of the most intense accidental moments in film history. During the filming of Django Unchained, Leo was so deep in character as the despicable Calvin Candy that reality and fiction collided in the most shocking way possible. Picture this. DiCaprio is delivering an intense monologue at the dinner table, completely lost in his twisted character, and on about the 6th take of slamming his hand on the table, he accidentally crushed a crystal cordial glass, and it sliced his palm wide open. Blood started pouring everywhere.
Boom, it happened, and then I opened my hand, and then blood starts pouring everywhere.
But here's the absolutely mind-blowing part. DiCaprio didn't even flinch. He didn't break character for a single second. Instead of stopping the scene, Leo channeled that real physical pain directly into Candy's psychological cruelty. He kept going with his monologue while blood was literally streaming from his hand. Tarantino, recognizing pure cinematic gold when he saw it, and he didn't call cut either. The director knew he was witnessing something extraordinary, an actor so committed that he turned a genuine injury into character development. When Tarantino finally called cut, the entire room erupted in a standing ovation. DiCaprio needed stitches afterward, but that take made it into the final film. It perfectly captured the unhinged nature of Calvin Candy and showed Leo's absolute dedication to his craft. He literally bled for cinema, creating one of the most memorable moments in Tarantino's filmography.
Hey! Don't lay your palms flat on that tabletop! If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
At number 4, we have one of the most shocking examples of method acting commitment. Nicolas Cage literally pulling out his own teeth for the 1984 Vietnam War drama Birdy. When most actors talk about suffering for their art, Cage took it to a whole new level. For his role as a war veteran with severe facial injuries, Cage made the extreme decision to have 2 of his front teeth extracted. And wild thing is that he'd done that without anesthesia because he wanted to experience real physical pain to connect with what his character went through in the war. These were baby teeth that hadn't fallen out naturally.
Talk to me!
But Cage chose to have them pulled specifically during filming. But that wasn't even the end of his commitment. Cage kept his head wrapped in bandages for 5 straight weeks, even sleeping in them, to understand how Vietnam veterans were treated by society. When he finally removed those bandages, his face was covered in painful acne and ingrown hairs, all part of the experience. The result? Cage delivered a powerful performance that captured the frustration and pain of a young man dealing with war trauma. Critics praised his breakthrough role, showing his willingness to go above and beyond for his craft. At number 3, we spotlight Gary Oldman's extraordinary dedication in Darkest Hour. To embody Winston Churchill's relentless cigar habit, Oldman smoked nearly 400 Romeo Julieta cigars, burning through $20,000 of the film's budget over a 48-day shoot. He kept lighting fresh cigars for 10 to 12 takes per scene, ultimately suffering serious nicotine poisoning, yet never wavered in character. Director Joe Wright insisted it was worth the risk. He said, "It's Winston Churchill. You can't have Winston Churchill without a cigar." Oldman's relentless puffing helped him fully inhabit Churchill's voice, cadence, and world-weary spirit, earning him an Oscar and delivering one of the most immersive performances of his career.
When will the lesson be learned?
Coming in at number 2, we have Will Smith's absolutely terrifying commitment to authenticity in Emancipation. Anything we've seen from him before. Playing Peter, a runaway slave fighting for freedom, Smith knew he couldn't just rely on acting techniques alone. He wanted to genuinely understand the psychological and physical weight that enslaved people carried every single day. So he made a decision that would literally put him in danger, and he insisted on wearing real heavy iron chains around his neck during filming. But here's where things went from dedicated to downright scary. During one particularly intense scene, Smith was locked in these authentic chains when disaster struck and the prop master couldn't find the key. Picture this. You're an actor, completely immersed in one of the darkest chapters of human history, and suddenly you realize you're actually trapped. Smith started hyperventilating, genuinely panicking as the reality of being chained hit him. Most actors would have called cut immediately, demanded bolt cutters, anything to get free. But Smith? He used that real terror, that authentic feeling of helplessness, and channeled it directly into his performance. He later admitted he went too far with his preparation.
I went too far in Emancipation.
Really?
Yeah.
But that moment of genuine fear translated into one of the most powerful and haunting portrayals of slavery ever captured on film. It's both inspiring and slightly concerning how far Smith was willing to go to honor the experiences of those who suffered through slavery. That level of commitment and risking actual psychological trauma for authenticity shows just how seriously he takes his craft. At number 1, we have a story of genuine generosity. Keanu Reeves willingly sacrificed millions of his own salary to ensure Hollywood icon Al Pacino could join the devil's advocate. In 1997, Pacino's fee nearly blew the film's budget, and rather than risk losing him, Reeves volunteered to reduce his pay by around $2 million, so the producers could afford Pacino's asking price. When Pacino discovered Reeves's sacrifice, he was deeply moved, and he matched Reeves's donation, asking that the money be given to charity instead. This heartfelt act created a ripple effect throughout the cast and crew, forging a powerful sense of camaraderie on set. It wasn't just about balance sheets and paychecks. It was about two actors showing respect for each other's craft and lifting the entire project. Reeves's decision highlights a rare ethos in Hollywood, valuing collaboration over compensation and trusting that the magic of cinema comes from the people involved, not just the paycheck. That spirit of selflessness helped make The Devil's Advocate unforgettable.
He's an absentee landlord. Worship that? Never.
And that wraps up our countdown of actors who truly went to the edge for their roles. If you know any other jaw-dropping behind-the-scenes stories or fun trivia, drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild Hollywood secrets and unforgettable movie moments.